PL lane is not that strong either. And Phoenix is a hero that kind of goes in after, but who goes in first for the first 15 minutes of the game?
In top lane, it's a Pango Kunkka dual lane. That is
have a little bit more kind of brawl and fight, and of course they have heavily lent on the fact of the previous patch, kind of the.
It is a pretty neat change, definitely. One that like a lot of people don't really consider until you get to see it, at this pro level with the vision changes. But, going back to your earlier thought, the fact that, Team Spirit is playing, maybe stuff that seems a little bit more comfortable, might be a little bit older in terms of the patch. Definitely something interesting.
Of the team fights, they don't have that clean lockdown outside of like the mag RP. There's soft control with Tiny and Invoker, but going later into the game, there's a lot of emphasis on Magnus having that perfect initiation. So I think Spirit with this type of lineup, they need to find that nice kind of 20-minute style window where they can control the game, play on the Tiny, play on the Invoker, and then ride that net worth lead out. So I think if it's always even throughout the entire game, T1 will have the edges. The pressure is applied to Yotaro in the bot lane.
No, he's like Taro's. Oh, at the last second, he does end up going down. And Whitemon, of course, also falling in the other lane.
Oh, and a tip. Oh,
and the tip. Here it goes. Here we go.
Beautiful. Nice little cheeky tip, but he doesn't put to, out-greed. Just get in the faces of T1 and, punish the fact that Undying needs Tombstone, Pango needs Row, and if these spells are down, you just keep going and going again.
And Toro and Maposhka making plays over onto Cuckoo, not going to be able to quite finish him off. What they do with the Fire Spirits, last one, don't quite connect. Is it going to be enough? Oh, 8
Oh, there it is.
HP. There it is. Maposhka finds him in the tree lines and burns him down.
I won't lie, from this angle, I couldn't even see if he had another Spirit. I'm probably just blind. I need glasses. Like, does he have one more?
You do need glasses. We've been over this too. You know that you need...
TA, of course, didn't really get too many changes to remove out the game.
There we go again, right back towards the tower. Mira's trying to do everything they can. Nice shockwave. Can they finish the TP from Toronto Tokyo? The cold snap. Down will go 23 Savage as Whitemon is forced to retreat, and they'll help themselves to a little bit of Tombstone Gold if they can get it.
Denied, yes.
Nah, they can't get it, but the toss back, maybe they'll be able to get themselves an Undying instead, as Whitemon is out of mana here. He's trying. Toronto Tokyo just leisurely clicking away. He's trying to think about that deny, but he's not going to give the advantage. Because down goes Whitemon.
Yeah, really nice rotation from Toronto Tokyo, because if he didn't TP in there, we'd have seen the same story. Here, just refractions on TA, walks away.
They're going to try to make the plays onto Yatoro down bottom. Boat doesn't quite connect, though. Phantom Lancer will live to lance another day. Maposhka, those Flame Spirits, again, very fun.
Clean entry to the game. They farm the lanes, they farm the stacks, they do everything. Oh, but instead he just dies.
Well, I mean, Mira, he was trying. No. He got some scouting done, but unfortunately he is going to pay for that with his life. And
he's now an additional stack to the jungle.
We are on boot camp here over at ESL, so that is something that I'll have to work on in that training. But boat will come through here. Maposhka's still got that Icarus dive available. Torrent up into the air is just going to soar away as Yatoro falls.
Oh, he's going for an armlet on Kunkka. Really leaning into the right click. Sometimes the offlane Kunkkas in previous patch, they'd go for a little bit more aura and just kind of exist within the game, go eventually for an Ags, but Cuckoo, he's really going to become another core.
He's very tanky, but there's a lot of damage being tossed over on him. There's no mana left either, and they should just be able to click him down.
Yeah, Toronto Tokyo doing a really good job just kind of connecting into the side lanes to try and get the kills needed. Like, if he wasn't there, this game would be a little bit different.
There's a cheeky little snatch there from Zephyr, but Mira, again, will end up paying for his discretions here.
The sacrificial lamb of Team Spirit.
The Space Maker, some might say.
Yeah, I think, realistically, like, these deaths, they aren't really the worst because it is allowing, the Magna farm top Invoker.
Saunter out with the teleport, Mira, and they've brought a lot of attention up here to this top lane because they're trying to reclaim it over on the side of T1. And again, Mira, here, he's
the poor
just tossed back. He's got the piggy pole, though, but this little piggy is not going to make it home, I don't think, this time around. Otherwise, I see that they follow up with the RP, and it's beautiful. The follow-up here now from Yatoro. They're going to be able to possibly go finish off on Zephyr. I don't think he's got anything to save him at this point.
Okay, so this little piggy pole thing, I swear it's actually a tier 1 pig pole is going to be the...
But imagine T. Tower does, though, indeed go down. Maposhka hiding off on the side of the tree line. Toronto Tokyo, though, and Yatoro are here. They're just going to chip away over at Cuckoo. There's a dead Kunkka.
Yeah, I think that we were mentioning earlier about tower taking. I think this is the big discrepancy of TA mid to safe lane, is the rotations we saw from Invoker. If that was a mid TA, that mid tower would have fallen very quickly and would have seen kind of T1 be able to open up the map very naturally. But because it's a TA safe lane, you don't have that natural kind of pressure, and you have to see the rotation happen at 13 minutes to go bottom. And we've seen it, you know, already quite a lot. This is going to be Mira going down once again. It's only 3 deaths, to be fair. It feels like 7 at this point, but it is only 3, just to be very clear.
But in that sense, isn't that a good thing, right? The fact that it's getting a little bit of a seat back just to, you know, farm up and make sure that they get what they need as they use an RP over in the mid lane. The toss up into the air and down.
Collapse, no. You're not meant to take that. That was Mira's comeback kill, you know? Like, he had the avatar, he was ready for it.
Well, they're going to try to make some plays here as they do root Toronto Tokyo in place, but they have the Sunray. Could turn it back around. A bit of damage coming out, but it looks like they might. No, yeah, I thought I was thinking about going right back in as he takes down that tombstone. And the rest of Team Spirit, they've got their foot on the gas pedal. You can see more teleports coming out here into this mid lane. Do they want to take this fight, T?
I think T1, honestly, when you look at the Ember right now, that's the key factor. He's trying to go for a Battle Fury. Sometimes you might have seen like a Maelstrom by now, if it was like a previous game or a different build-up. But yeah, Carl, he's going a bit greedier. I think that's where you ask about T1 wanting to make plays, and you see just from itemization alone, they don't want to fight at all. And Collapse, he's just going fishing.
Yeah, he just
twice in a row.
Right again. This the sea captain is spending a lot of time in the river and the water, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but they're looking to make a play. All right, Zephyr's going to start with the Rolling Thunder here. Gets the hit off over onto Yatoro. They do manage to take down the Phantom Lancer. Egg is up, though. Trying to go for the skewer back. They're not going to be able to connect over to Carl, but they do manage to get the stun off as they drive right back. Again, another kill coming out here for Miposhka. His disarm's going to have to run. Toronto Tokyo backing up with Collapse. 23 Savage. He's looking for this opening, but
this fight had 2 tombstones. This was a 2 tombstone fight at minute 17. That lasted forever.
Oh,
go
no,
again.
Yes. They just go and they jump on 23 Savage. Throw out the ice wall. Do they have the protection here? Nullspread comes out, still trying to make these fights, but they've got that Spirit Vessel. The mana's burnt. Meatball tossed out with the Sunray. They finally take down Collapse, but they'll take down 23 Savage as well. What a fight.
This is beautiful. Yeah, this is a great fight. But yeah, I think Spirit.
All right, well, the aggression is on now from T1. They're smoked up, and they're hoping to grab themselves Mirror, but they do find Miposhka over here. So jump forward, Rolling Thunder with the Torrent will connect a big old ghost boat, and it's not enough to save them this time around Miposhka, as they will back off now.
Yeah. And this is where T1, they're going to be really happy with the fact that they found the Phoenix but killed the PL. And Yataro, he's probably now telling his team, guys, please, has the Manta, but I don't think you can really enjoy a team fight with just a Manta now once they have the BKBs. Like, you aren't really going to be doing damage.
Like you're a mind reader, too. As soon as you said that, they immediately smoked up, T.
Oh, there we go.
There's an initiation. They found Collapse. It's going to just skewer away. Look at these Power Ranger TPs coming out, immediately responding, protecting their team. 23 Savage, though, just trying to put a little bit of damage over on the tower. Does a good chunk of it. Fuels will get placed over here on Whitemon, plus the Avalanche. Toss up into the air. Yatoro's here, and he's looking to get himself a kill. So, fortunately, Whitemon not going to live up to that name, Undying, this time around.
Collapse tried going fishing on the Admiral, but this time he had a better boat, otherwise known as BKB. And
yes, the SSBKB, a wonderful boat.
So, yeah, here the Cougar had to use the BKB, and that's why they instantly go to Roshan. There's no Tombstone. Of course, the Undying is dead. Can they go for this? Yeah.
I mean, they can. The Undying's going to be up in just a couple seconds here. You still have boat. You've got multiple ways to enter this. So they have to be a bit careful here. Mira, though, trying to get right in the middle of them.
Get into the pit, mate. Go on, off you go.
Well, he is smart. He kept the Remnant up. They're just going to be annoying as possible here over on the side of T1. They want to make sure that they cannot have this. The smoke does come out, though. Very close to the pit, even. As they're going to try to make themselves just find a pick-off, perhaps.
And this is where TA is such a strong hero, because you see the traps on the steps. You can just position a hero on the high ground if needed. You're going to break that smoke, have the vision. You got it inside Roshan, and on, like, it's so hard for Spirit to cleanly make this play.
Okay, so they should have noticed that. They dropped the ward over there. Mira, though, jumping forward immediately, skewing back. They want to get rid of he's stuck just over here on the cliffside. Zephyr following up, though, with the Rolling Thunder, the boat coming through. BKB protecting Kick as well. Now, as Zephyr's just rolling on through, and just trying to keep them alive here coming out from a potion. We did have the buyback coming out from Mira. Over on the side, though, Whitemon, he's trying everything he can, but he can't survive, unfortunately. 23 Savage waiting patiently. They get the RP off. Collapse. Just trying to dish out the damage, plus the egg. Are they going to be able to take down 23? Savage is looking pretty darn good. The egg pops, Collapse goes down. Cuckoo also to full here as Mira just pokes away at the rest of T1. Carl thinking he wants to go back in. A little bit off the mark, though, with the swashbuckle. Now they have to be careful. The Avalanche connecting over onto Ku. Goes right over to the tower. Maposhka's got that Sunray trying to keep tabs on him. And it looks like they're going to go for a bit of a dive here. Sunstrike comes through, doesn't quite connect. As Spirit is diving this tower, they want this Ember Spirit, but he is just so slippery, they can't get their hands on him.
What a beautiful fight from Spirit, and it's the whole idea of like when you enter a fight, you need to commit to it. And for T1, they walk from their high ground area, they put the tombstone in the low ground, like they don't have that clean connection of the kill. And then Spirit, they got to play around all their kind of movement spells. They start the fight with Kunkka on the cliff, they then have Tiny die, but he buys back into then a toss into then the egg exploding. Like yeah, Spirit, just a really beautiful team fight.
Ooh, the toss back again on Carl. This time he doesn't have a remnant to immediately run away to. Is he going to be able to take down Mira though? Yes, he will. That is a die back. So throw out the ice wall. They want to slow them down. This Roche is getting low. Whitemon walking forward. In comes Zephyr. You love to see it if you're a Pango player. Everybody in the pit, but the root comes out over onto Yatoro, and they take down the PL. And it looks like they're going to try to get the kill onto the Feast. Does have the Icarus dive, though. He's going to be able to zip away. Collapse, finding himself a victim. It is Zephyr. Can they burn down this Pango? He's got those charges. He's got a Whitemon behind him, too, to keep him alive. Carl searching, trying to grab any stragglers. Knows that Maposhka is very, very low. He's going to go for the play. He wants him, but there it is. There's the Yule play as Maposhka hiding into the tree line. Does get rooted up, though. And he will fall. 23 Savage in the pit, fighting with Collapse. Who's going to get it? It's going to be 23 Savage. Dyer takes it. And this is most likely going to be a dead Collapse. They have the trap. No. Can they get there fast enough? Magnus does have the blink, though. I think he's going to be all right. He has an Essence Ring as well. Whoop. And just sidestepping, breaking the ankles, dancing around the map. They're trying. They drop the traps. And eventually 23 Savage just says, you know what? Not worth my time.
They have a scan. Do they want to waste it? Nope. They're using traps, though. To be fair, Collapse, this is very, very patient here. Most players, they'd start clicking around the tree after one fight. Just gives T1 like entry to controlling this game now.
I mean, you've enabled 23 Savage on this TI, although as we say that, they immediately skewer back to toss up with the RP. They blow up Whitemon. BKB is buying a little bit more time here for 23 Savage as he's just trying to deal with all this, but it's just too much coming out from Yatoro.
I take it back.
He's coming back up again. Nice tornado over onto the backline. Zephyr jumping forward. 23 Savage gets thrown up into the air. They're trying to protect him. The egg does come out, though, and she's disarmed. This TA is not looking like she's going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot. She gets right back towards the egg. They're just handling 23 Savage right now, as he will eventually fall. And they'll find the kill on Zephyr as well. He is left behind here. He's trying everything. He manages to land a nice torrent, but it's not going to be enough as Carl now is just trying to run. He's out of remnants. He doesn't have much of anything right now. He's just trying to get away, but they just keep hunting him. They keep running back in. They've got a Yule's up right up into the air. There's going to be the ice wall. Oh, he's just clawing, slowly just crawling out of the way. Can they finish up with Maposhka? Maposhka does eventually fall, but so does Carl.
And T1 does what Spirit does. Like they win a fight and they're like, go again. Whereas this is so much fighting occurring. Yeah, and then T1 they go for this mid tower and they kind of throw a little bit too many bodies. And Spirit once again they do show kind of highlight how.
So I would say you see a lot of mid players. They see an opening and they immediately make the jump. And it feels like that with Collapse. He just sees the opening, immediately goes for it, whether or not there's enough people around him, which sometimes can come to bite him in the butt. But top lane, Kunkka, Collapse, just pushing right back to Mira, right back to Yatoro. They use an RP, they use a Sunstrike, they use everything in the kitchen sink. And down goes Kunkka.
Yeah, and this style of Magnus, of course, this isn't a 7.30 change. It is simply the fact that the Horn Toss is shard in previous patches. That is kind of giving him the additional simplicity of the fight, and that is kind of giving Collapse that platform. And from what looked like T1 was in a really, confident position to just continue scaling, they have just found such excellent pickoffs, like you mentioned. So, yeah, Collapse really putting some emphasis on Magnus being a key hero for Spirit, at least so far.
And then again, Collapse just finding a target. Wants to get rid of the Undying as fast as possible. The Greaves will get popped, though. It's not enough to keep him alive. And Zephyr is just rolling around, trying to make as much chaos as possible, but it's going to be hard. You still don't have your Kunkka up. 23 Savage, he wants to go forward. You can tell he wants to do something here as Carl, trying to just put out his own damage. A couple of these hits up. Mira, though, in the position. The toss right back on Zephyr. Is he going to survive this? He's going to have to skewer away. The egg comes out. He's burning down. The tree toss comes out. Down goes Zephyr. Egg popped here. Will they respect it, though, is now the question, because the Kunkka's back up. they don't have some of these big spells.
This is one of those moments where Invoker can also grief his PL.
Whoa, again, Collapse finding himself a target. Carl, though, he wasn't prepared for that. He doesn't have a way to get out. Rest of the team, there it is. There's a tornado. Throw out some of those waves, Carl. Does indeed go down. Yatoro just beating away over on 23-7. Toronto Tokyo is still alive somehow, and the BKB is done over here on Q. Can they finish them off? Can they get there fast enough to slide just right forward? The buyback coming out now from this Ember as Collapse finds himself another victim. 23-7 just separated from his team. Toronto Tokyo, though, does eventually fall. 23-7, he's still alive. Collapse finally gets taken down over inside the base, but 23 Savage somehow still alive after everything is said and done, and as he eventually gets pulled by Mira. Miposhka next to fall. Zephyr rolling around. Can they finish them off? Can they get the final hit here? It's looking pretty darn good as Yatoro finally falls, and eventually so does Mira.
Yeah, Carl, he did have to buy back for this fight, but place to be. That's where they've been punished. Spirit now smoking up once again.
They see you.
They have a... Oh, okay.
And again, Horn toss right back into the rest of the team. That Spirit Vessel's been coming in handy. They'll even go and commit the RP just to finish off the Kunkka. Zephyr rolling around here. He's giving a little bit of vision. I think he just wants to leave, though, in this case.
He's trying to leave.
Yatoro doesn't seem like he wants to allow this, but Toronto Tokyo, right place, right time. Ice Wall comes out. The Ava toss does have a little bit of waiting time here because he does have that shard, but...
Yeah, rather annoying shot, that one. Instant roll-up, just dodges everything.
It's pretty nice.
Cool. But yeah, Spirit, they go fishing around. But T1, they're going to try and smoke up into this. Maybe Kunkka will buy back. They don't have outpost control, so this looks like it's just going to be a straight-up 4v5.
Savage does have a haste rune. Carl will be the first to show himself. Get a couple of these lights off. 3 Savage. First collapse. All right, there's not going to be any problem from this Magnus unless he buys back. Yatoro, though, does snatch up the Aegis as it gets over to the Dire. 23 Savage trying to just walk away. They've got the BKBs, so they're going to turn back around. They want to get rid of this Phoenix, and it looks like they'll be able to do it. It's a double kill now for 23 Savage. Buybacks are coming out, though. The Phoenix wants to be back into this fight, but they're handling this PL pretty well. As Collapse does get X up into place. Yatoro, though, they're just going to town over here on 23 Savage. But they're going to be able to keep him alive now. 23 Savage, he is going to fall over on the back lines. The Hex is coming into play. Zephyr is going to fall, and now Carl, he's trying to get away. This mana is getting burned hard, though. The slide off, not quite enough to get Toronto Tokyo down. They'll be able to find him at the last second as Carl burned down by the Sun Ray. A little bit of a heal coming out, trying to keep him alive with the slide. Yatoro says, oh, I thought you were already dead. Tries to go back in, but Miposhka already burns him out.
And now Ember's obviously dead for 120 because he had to buy back in, about 2 or 3 fights prior to that. His buyback won't be up for another, 3 minutes 30. So with Spirit being able...
But the Witchbane just got picked up on Phantom Lancer here.
He's going to be able to dispel some stuff. Very cool.
It's a decent amount of things to dispel as though they go and use the RP. Toss up into the air. The Sun Strike. Toronto Tokyo cleans up on Carl. And they'll march right back into the space. There is no buyback, of course, on that Ember Spirit. And they'll just start chewing through buildings on the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah, this is inconvenient for T1 for sure.
I think that's a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, again, I just praised them on their 4v5 Moxxi. They once again now need to try and find a 4v5 out of somewhere. This is going to be difficult for sure.
Another Torrent connecting. Tidal Wave is just going to push back Yatoro. Zephyr rolling forward. Again, trying to buy some more time. But again, it just seems like Yatoro, he's so tanky. It's going to take a lot.
He has 4,000 HP.
I mean, look at this. It's just...
That was a cool Rolling Thunder, at least.
Yeah.
He hit him quite a lot.
Collapse again, doing what Collapse does best. Finds himself. Whitemon finds himself. Kunkka, the BKB does get activated, though, as this tidal, the torrent storm just everywhere. Waterbending coming out from the Kunkka, trying to keep everyone alive here. Mirror needs to be careful, though. Taking a decent amount of damage. Toss back. Looks like they'll be able to take down Tiny. Yatoro, though, has his eyes over to Whiteman. He's just chewing through the Undying. Even the illusions end up being the ones that take him forward. So 23 Savage getting a little bit nervous. That tornado connecting over onto Kunkka is all sheeped up. Do they have the damage? He's a bit tanky, but they're just chasing him right through here on these tier 4s. It's a double kill for Yatoro. The buyback coming out from Whitemon. He is just getting handled as you can just see this Phantom Lancer is just allowed to do whatever he wants to do in this space. It's a dieback on the Undying, and the buildings again just getting focused down by Team Spirit.
And then just Alacrity the guy and, end game. Woo. Yeah, Spirit, this is... Okay, one last smoke. One last hurrah for T1.
I like the fighting spirit.
They have to.
They have to. They do manage to find Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah,
That's pretty great. But you still have Yatoro in your base, and he does not look like he is about to leave at all.
Yeah, TA doesn't enjoy this, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what can she do?
I mean, watch her ancient die, Moxxi.
That's what's happening.
That's what's going to happen, yeah. A bit slower than expected, but, you know.
It feels like the rest of the team is just there for moral support at this point because they know they can't do much. Although Collapse, you know, he's got to play with his food a little bit. He's got to find himself, you know, another willing victim as the RP comes out. 23 Savage is dead.
Whoa, okay, we're going to go for the... are we doing
Collapse? Is that they going to be able to finish? No, they're not
that doesn't
actually
even die.
Oh,
then the Yules. That's it. GG.
GG indeed. Team Spirit really just showing up and making their draft look
Are we
good.
doing MVPs, Moxxi? Is that a thing?
I mean, you can.
Can I just give one?
Go ahead.
You know, I think Collapse was the best fisherman, but I think like his protege was Mira. So I think, can I share the MVP? Oh wait, they're core and support. Done.
There
core
you go.
MVP, Collapse, support, Mira. Done. I found the easy answer. Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen a game where just displacing heroes was the key takeaway. And, you know, we have Weatherman at ESL. Hopefully, displacement is the theme of that Weatherman. Maybe it's not, I don't know. But that was a treat